Last Friday, the governor released the May revise to his January budget proposal. Quite frankly, I'm deeply troubled by the governor's proposal to close our deficit because it relies on drastic reductions in core services like education that are vital to stabilizing California's economy and moving us forward on the pathway towards economic recovery and job creation. Sadly, the governor's proposal doesn't create jobs. Rather, it's a body blow to a fragile economy that will only worsen our level of unemployment. The governor's budget proposal will actually cost Californians hundreds of thousands of jobs. At the most basic level, our economy cannot rebound and unemployment cannot be reduced by cutting billions from schools and eliminating tens of thousands of teachers' jobs and undermining education's central role in the growth of industries of the 21st century. Eliminating child care and putting thousands of small business child care providers out of business and forcing working parents to quit their jobs. Saying no to billions in federal safety net funds that are immediately spent in our economy. The governor's proposal is reflective of a narrow, right-wing worldview that is fundamentally at odds with the priorities and values of all but a handful of Californians on the fringe. The proposed elimination of CalWORKs is a case in point. CalWORKs has proven its effectiveness in moving people from poverty into the middle class, and eliminating that pathway out of poverty is the wrong thing to do, both in economic and in human terms. And yet the governor puts his ideology over jobs in trying to eliminate this program. This job-killing proposal reflects the absolute wrong approach to our budget, as does his habit of insisting that he won't sign a budget without extraneous, non-budget policy changes. I want to be absolutely clear on this point. The governor is once again engaging in the kind of Sacramento business-as-usual approach to politics. We will have and we will approve a budget, and only a budget. He can threaten to veto all he wants, but the Assembly will not engage in policy discussions that are not directly related to solving the budget process. Too often, our budget is delayed because the governor tries to leverage it for policy changes he could have never gotten approved otherwise. This is the kind of shameful Sacramento backroom deals at its worst, and we're not going to engage in it. Everyone agrees on the scope of the problem. Unfortunately, only legislative Democrats appear to be genuinely interested in finding solutions. This is not the time for ideological warfare, but for us to come together. We are willing to engage in a public, transparent process about our priorities. But that kind of honest dialogue cannot happen when one side insists that their approach is the only approach. That's the kind of negotiations that is better suited for third graders haggling over the content of a lunchbox, not for leaders of an economic engine for the entire United States. We need serious solutions, not sound bites. The Assembly stands ready to do its job in a serious, thoughtful, and transparent manner. Accordingly, the Assembly will begin considering the governor's proposals through the budget subcommittees. This week, the subcommittees will continue their thorough, open, and transparent process of reviewing budget proposals and options. By May 27th, the subcommittees will complete their work crafting a budget, and we will have an honest, realistic, and comprehensive budget solution that protects and creates jobs and will stand in stark contrast to the governor's job-killing, hyper-partisan proposal. I intend for the legislature to meet our June 15th deadline to have a budget in place by June 30th. That is possible, but only if the governor and his allies are serious about working together with us, as the Constitution of our state envisions. Nobody can doubt that legislative Democrats have gone the extra mile to find an accommodation. We've even held hearings across the state to allow everyday Californians to tell us how they want to solve this budget crisis. The governor and his allies need to be responsible leaders and not partisan warriors on a problem this enormous. Endless ideological gridlock is not how we create jobs in California, and the Republican Party should be ashamed that California jobs are being decimated by their rigid partisanship. I have said consistently that job creation needs to be our #1 priority, and I call on the Governor to seriously join us in this effort.